because they kind of get in the way, especially when I'm like looking at the different photo modes, but also I need a big space today. Let's do our signature greeting of the sheep. Hello, sheep. And let's say hi to this sheep as well. Hello, sheep. And this sheep seems to have a bird for a hat. How cute. That's my favorite, when the birds sit on their heads. So freaking cute. So let's get started with today's build, which is inspired by a beautiful piece of artwork I saw from an artist that I was looking up fantasy sort of cottages. I wanted to know if I can make the water deeper, or if it's the set, shallow, kind of. It seems to be one set height. That might be an interesting thing for them to add in the future, different water depths. So yeah, I was searching fantasy cottage, looking through some inspiration pictures, and I saw one that I absolutely loved. So I'm kind of following that as a guide and an inspiration for today's build. It was really a little difficult to specifically find something that was not AI art. There were quite a few AI suggestions. Luckily, we're clearly labeled AI, so I was able to find one that was definitely made personally by an artist. If you don't know, cannot stand AI art and will never be caught using it or looking at it if I can help it. But it's getting really hard these days. And like even recently, a friend of mine was talking about how she got her husband a Christmas gift which accidentally has AI art on it, and she had no clue. And she didn't know until it arrived, and she's like, okay, this is clearly AI, and she felt so bad, but like it was too late, you know. I wanted to, you see what I'm trying to do here? Like I'm trying to make the water go through the wall. It seems like to do that I have to add some sort of a bath, but actually that's super cute. Yeah, I love that. In the inspiration pic, they have like a waterfall coming through here, but water currently can only be at one level. On the sea level, it's only on the flat ground, so you can't do like layers of water. That would be another cool thing, honestly, if we could do waterfalls. I'm thinking similar to like the Zoo Tycoon. If anyone played Zoo Tycoon 2, they had a similar level of terraforming, and you could do water on the ground and then raise up the earth above it, do water there, and then you could kind of connect them and do a basic waterfall. That would be super cool. And I also would love if the terraforming tools could get a little easier to use. They are kind of awkward. So I'm gonna make the wood darker. Like that, this one. Yeah. And I do want it to have this overhang, which is perfect. Let's drag it out a little bit. An overhang on all sides would be kind of cool. That feels kind of medieval. Certain towns that I like to visit in England have some, really medieval buildings, and I love seeing kind of the haphazardness of them. But it seems like in this, when you go too far to the side, it does add that pillar, and I didn't want that pillar. So let's add some sort of a door. I like it off center. So I'm trying to do like a fantasy cottage, and I think honestly a key to fantasy is to Sims in so long, I wonder like how this would look in The Sims. And then make it really tall and kind of angled in like that, and it definitely gives it more of a fantasy aspect, doesn't it? I love that. I think that this one needs to be, yeah, and maybe make the roof as well, yeah, like that. There we go. It's cute, isn't it? Maybe a little higher, because I don't want it so close to the, yeah, I don't want it so close to the walls, like underneath it. Trying to adjust it. Here we go. There we go. That's very cute. It is like quite a large house. And I don't know how many windows I'm gonna put in. So I really like this green. But if we're doing fantasy, like should I do blue? This green is pretty. But maybe it blends into the grass too much, whereas the red does pop. It's red in the like inspiration image, so we're gonna go with that. And gonna add my windows now. But unfortunately, because this building is like so big, this window looks really dwarfed, doesn't it? It looks so. I'm gonna make the whole thing a little smaller. It's crazy small. Or big, sorry. Okay. So, oh my gosh, the roof looks comically large now, doesn't it? Comically large. And then we'll center you. And then I'm probably gonna have to redo the door because it doesn't, yeah. And let's do another 2 windows up top. And definitely, obviously, gonna fix the dormer up top. There we go. Yeah, this is a better size. I like this. Adjust that, bring that down. Okay, now it's like too big. Okay, cute. Kind of reminds me of an inn. Do you get inn vibes? Magic, tavern, fantasy inn. Like a cute stopover point for an adventuring party. I'm reading a really cute book right now. Called The Teller of Small Fortunes. And it is fantasy-y. Yeah, I mean it is fantasy. But it has kind of a, like the vibe matches this, you know what I mean? It's about a girl who seems to have magic, but she can't do too much magic. So she tells small fortunes, not big magic, and she has like a cart with a donkey, and she travels from town to town telling her small fortunes. And she like stays at an inn if she can, otherwise she sleeps in her cart. And it's very cozy. It's really cute. So it does feel like this belongs in the world. I'm not very far in because I only read a little bit at night. So I hope I like the rest of it. And it looks so cute with the like laundry hanging out. I think that's perfect. I'll do a couple windows there, and I totally forgot to change the wood beams inside. The window frames, yeah. Make them the same color, otherwise just they stand out a little bit. Oh look, the door's got a wreath. Seems like a Christmas thing. Maybe they haven't changed it back. They did add a few Christmassy kind of things. I think 3 windows on the side is decent, right? Oh dear. sense. There was something similar based on when I was in Amsterdam. I was doing like a really cool tour of the city, and I loved hearing about the houses there because the houses are so unique. They have all these little row houses that are kind of slanting and leaning into each other. And I remember the tour guide told us about how like the cost of the house or the tax was based on like the front of it. So I don't know if I guess windows would be part of that, but like if you had a big, front to your house, then it could be taxed higher. If I'm remembering this correctly, I might not be. It's been a few months. Because specifically he pointed out this house that was like the tiniest house in Amsterdam. Or it looked like it was teeny tiny. Looked like it was barely bigger than the door, like just a few inches on either side of the door, and maybe like a foot taller. But he said it widens out in the back and it goes back quite far. So the house isn't as small as it appears, but the entrance is really small. So I just think stuff like that's really interesting. Obviously, I'm really into houses. I'm always making houses and looking at houses and really love architecture. So I love learning about architecture around the world. Oh my gosh, yes, I love this. I wanted stairs. Okay, well, I don't want a door in the wall there, but I wanted stairs like leading up here. Isn't this perfect? Almost like this is like this bottom floor is like a basement, but it's not. How cute is this? And then we'll have a door leading in here, except it's awkward because you can kind of see through into the stone bit at the bottom, and I don't really know how to fix that. It won't go any lower. It's super awkward. If you ever get stuck or confused, or you're not sure what to build in any game, please look up inspiration pics because it will give you so many cool ideas. Lean on the inspiration and creativity of others, and it will help you be creative yourself. It's so awesome. Like, this inspiration art has led to me doing things like I never thought I'd do in Tiny Glade. Like this staircase idea, I love it. Let's put some windows around the back here. Oh, love that bench. I think that would be like such a cozy spot. Look at the little river and the cattails. Oh, I totally forgot to put windows up here. Whoops. That's cute. Yeah, so it's really cool how looking at like other people's works can really inspire you in your own works. And I do that a lot with Minecraft as well, like getting really cool ideas. Okay, so that's how far I have to pull it out for it to line up, but then look, we get this wooden pillar, and I don't want that. So I'm gonna bring it back. And I'm gonna have to do something different with this door. I'm really struggling. Nope, that's the roof. Okay. It's kind of like stairs there. So if I could just like delete this and maybe put in a door, maybe it can look like stairs are leading up to it. Oh, but then you've got this. See, the stone is like poking through the door and it's super annoying. But then if I put it there, that bush is in the way. And I can't get rid of this bush. Oh dear. Okay, well, to have it in by a bush, pretend it's not. Okay, time for the next structure, which I'm gonna put at a slight angle. Because remember, we're doing whimsical. We're doing fantasy. And the inspiration pick, it's kind of like the, oh, sorry, little sheep. It's kind of like this, and it's more of like a little fantasy village rather than just exclusively like one house. But you know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking? Yes, yes. Okay, it'll look better. I promise. We're not there yet, but this is the vibe. Do you see the vision? I know you see the vision. I definitely have to fix the roof. And you know what? Now this is bugging me, so let's make it a one-sided dormer. After all, making things, what's the word? Like, not uniform. What's the word I'm looking for? Asymmetrical. Yeah, making things asymmetrical also makes them more fantasy-y. I want it to be aligned with this building, like square there, and then would be kind of crooked with the other one. You know what I mean? Okay, and then make it way smaller. It's like just enough to walk. Like it's not a room. It's just enough to walk across from one building to the next. Okay, that looks better. And I kind of experimented with this for the first time when I did my like little vampire build. Did you see my vampire castle build I did back in October? It was like a spooky Tiny Glade video, and I really had fun with that. Okay, that's just the stairs. It's good to know. It's cool though, isn't it? I really like this so far. Oh, there's so many planes today. So annoying. This is so cute. I do kind of get fantasy tavern vibes the more the build happens. Like maybe one part is like restaurant, you know, and then there'd be more lodgings like up top and on the left, and down in the cellar there'd be like all the stores of food that you're keeping, right? Like all the ale and potatoes and whatever you're storing down there, and then you could come out and feed the ducks. Oh, I do think this is a fantasy tavern. But you know what, we can pretend people live here too. Last touch is a tower, which gives it a real air of whimsy. We're gonna make it a stone tower. No, I didn't mean to do. I meant to like say don't have anything. And that's the same stone as the basement, but I'm actually not sure about it. Ooh, I don't like the way when you do a different color, it's like it also continues down around the base. Did you see that? Like in the roof? I don't like that. I think for uniformity's sake, even though I said fantasy isn't always uniform, I think I am gonna keep them the same color. But I'll keep this stone. Yeah. And you can make your own guesses as to what happens in the tower. Like, I don't know. They can't always be wizard towers, can they? Sometimes other things happen, and then maybe it's a library with like custom bookshelves that are curving around the whole thing. Kind of like in Skyrim. I don't know if anyone's... Have you ever built your own home in Skyrim? It's like one of the DLC you can get. And you can like make a circular library tower, which I love to do. And then I go around and I collect as many books as possible and fill them up, and it's so satisfying. Honestly, it's no wonder that I became such a book collector, because I've been doing that in Skyrim for ages. Okay, fine, you know what? It keeps snapping to the middle, so just stay there. Everyone always says that reading books and collecting books are two separate hobbies. I do have to agree. It definitely does feel that way. And I love both. But there would be no collecting books without reading books, in my opinion. So reading books is like the primary hobby. so finished a pretty long book last night, my second book of the year. I have Kindle Unlimited for only a few more days, and I have one book I absolutely have to read on Kindle Unlimited, which is my next book club book. And I initially had gotten a month of Kindle Unlimited just to read it, so I'm unsure if I want to just pay for another month of Kindle Unlimited or read it in the next few days before Kindle Unlimited is done. Because it is, like, today's Wednesday and I think I cancel it on Friday, so I don't have long. But I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I read 8 books on Kindle Unlimited since I paid for a month, so I think that was worthwhile. It's like $11 or $12 a month to read as many books as you want in their Kindle Unlimited library, so 8 books I think is decent. I don't like to get it for very often. I'll just get like a month, or if I can get a free trial, and then when I'm done with it, I read a lot of my physical books. So I think I will try to read my book club book and then cancel it on Friday, even though my book club is weeks away, so I'm gonna have to try to remember. I normally prefer to read them right before book club, so they're fresh in my mind. Can you tell what I'm trying to do? Anyone want to guess? It's probably pretty obvious. Probably pretty obvious. Look, it's a dog. Isn't that cool? I love it. You know what? I totally forgot to change the wood color or whatever. It's fine. And yeah, you can't make it like a wooden dog for whatever reason. I guess it has to be stone. See, like, I don't know. A little odd, but I have seen people do this in Tiny Glade before, but this is kind of my first time making a little dog, and that is so cute. Oh. So cute. To go see the ducks. Let's make the water. Yeah. If we're gonna have a dog going out there, I think honestly could make the dog longer, but it's okay. Doesn't this give fantasy vibes? And whoops, that's not what I meant to do. I'm gonna put in stairs. There we go. Perfect. How cute. And then let's have it go into the door, or the cellar, I should say. I've decided that's a cellar. Oh my gosh, love this. I love this. I know I love every build I do, like, more and more, but this is, and I always say, oh, this is my favorite build, but genuinely, this is my favorite build. Well, that and my Cotswolds one. The Cotswolds one is genuinely a favorite. There's something really cozy about it. But this feels like a world from a storybook or a delicious fantasy novel that I devoured. Doesn't it? Don't you just get cozy vibes? Like, there's a cast of fun fantasy characters that are staying here, each with a storied past. There's a bard playing every night by the fire. I love these pumpkins. Let's make sure they stay. Such a cute build. I'm just trying to, like, get rid of these plants. Oh my god. Yeah, just so, like, I love the plants, but we can just get rid of this. Okay, finally. I don't know. Okay, let's see if we can maybe put in some more plants. Oh, that's lovely. It definitely adds to a fantasy element. Yeah, I'm gonna have it be kind of wild and overgrown over here, which looks lovely. colors, then it will do like alternating colors. So like red and blue. And I couldn't decide what colors to do. Does it look good? I still am going back and forth on whether or not it looks good having the pennant flags and also the laundry hanging across. Like, is it? But then, you know, I tell myself, like, clutter is a good thing in these fantasy, whimsical worlds. As much clutter as you can have, the better. So I think it's cute.